Last year, when I was putting together my requests for 2019, I was asked to play Destiny. Now, you will notice that the first request month has come and gone, and there is no review for Destiny up on this channel. There will be at least one more request month later in the year, but come 2020, you will not see a review for Destiny on this channel. You might well ask, why is that? Why, Otter, will you not review Bungie's infamous looter shooter? Lots of people love it, and just because you don't like a certain genre is no reason that you can't recognize what's done right or wrong. That's because I feel that Destiny has no place on my channel. My reviews are about archival and often about how older games hold up when discovered in the first place today. Destiny lies in a strange place, requiring online play to access even the single-player experience. Even if I was willing to pay for a PS Plus account to play my version, what will happen when the servers are inevitably shut down, just like every other multiplayer experience in console gaming? Sure, I've played some games that sold themselves off online multiplayer, Battlefield and Call of Duty, but you could still buy them and experience what their single-player mode had to offer, even if it wasn't always much. What will I have to review once Bungie takes down their official servers, and the law says trying to make a fan server without Bungie's permission is illegal? In a similar vein, today we're going to discover a game which was abandoned by its creators in order to make a quick buck, and was only kept alive to this day by its passionate fan base attempting to keep things going with fan servers. Today we will discover Strike Vector. Strike Vector was created in 2014 by Rage Quit. Yes, that really is your name, and you'll see it every time you go to leave the game. You don't just quit the game, you rage quit the game. They have made two games, Strike Vector and Strike Vector EX. We'll get back to Rage Quit in a bit. In the meantime, what is Strike Vector? Well, it appears to be a very creative flight simulator. Your ship has two modes, jet and hover. If you're in jet mode, you're super fast and can barely turn. If you're in hover mode, you're a floating tank. You can barely move, but you turn on a dime. The change between each mode is fast and seamless while still feeling completely natural with your momentum. When you get down the feeling of flying through a checkpoint in jet mode, shifting into hover mode just long enough to reorient in a split second to the next checkpoint before blasting off into jet mode again, it feels amazing. And I won't pretend I wasn't good at this game. My times were average at best, and I couldn't beat the final difficulty mission that I'd unlocked. I'm just not good at highly technical games or flying games, but even I was able to get enough mastery over the mechanics for them to feel really good. For someone who loves that level of control and mastery, this game would be a treat. Oh dear, that was a loaded sentence. What to unpack first? How about the crippling lack of single-player options? There's a couple missions, but then that's it. You can replay those missions over and over, and maybe some more missions unlock if you rank up, but the experience you get towards ranking up from single-player missions is laughably minuscule. It would take dozens of playthroughs of the same 10 levels, well, 9 for me, I can't beat 10. Even if leveling up unlocks more options, there's only 5 more locked missions. Experience was clearly meant to be accumulated through the multiplayer. So, what about the multiplayer? What multiplayer? Remember how I said we'd be back to Rage Quit? Well, let's go back! Rage Quit abandoned Strike Vector and re-released essentially the same exact game as Strike Vector EX. But wait, I hear you say, Strike Vector is still being sold on Steam for $12. Yeah, it is. They're still selling this game for full price, knowing full well it's a dead game. Nowhere on the page does it tell you it's abandoned, only once you buy it and look at the developer announcements. Only the Steam user reviews actually have the balls to tell you up front what's going on. Their excuse is that the fans can make servers, but that's not an excuse. You're selling a dead game for full price. Now, the fans are doing their best to keep the game alive. When I was streaming the game blind, towards the end of my stream, a community member showed up in my chat letting me know that there was a Steam group of players all trying to meet up online and play the game regularly. While I can't say I saw enough in the game to try to set up a regular play schedules like this was D&D or a WoW raid, I have to admire their dedication. And were they not playing the exact times I was at work, I would have tried joining for a session or two. So if you've been suckered into picking up Strike Vector in a Steam sale, or ended up with it through Humble Bundle like I did, go check them out. With the developer's greed and arrogance on display, it doesn't matter how the game looks, it doesn't matter how it controls or feels, it doesn't matter who's on playing when. It's not up to a fan base to keep a game desperately trying to be revived after its owner has abandoned it, when the owner is still selling it for full price, even if that price is only $12. Strike Vector receives a 2 out of 10, with its passionate fan base being the only thing that saves it from the flat-out 0 that Rage Quit deserves.